Hello guys, it's here. We have the news that we have been waiting for. The new Divine event is going to be starting on May 31st. And what we've seen here in this image is that we will have Chrono Erlang Shen coming along with it, and so there is a high possibility that we might end up getting Chrono Pangu as well, if it fits the same theme as the previous Chrono Divine event. But the official DML page posted this like 23 minutes ago, so this is quite new at this point. So it says, "Attention Dragon Lords, the rift appeared again and it needs further investigation from courageous adventurers such as yourselves. It looks like a whole new place to explore. And then prepare for an epic adventure in broken space and time and fight your way through the challenges to win brand new and powerful divine dragons." So the event starts on May 31st at 12 GMT, so you can work that out to your own time zone. Stay tuned to learn much more during the next week and have a pleasant weekend. So like we said in a couple of videos ago, you know, they were putting in the minor update, which will be on Tuesday, in preparation for the new Divine event. So we will be getting this event very, very soon. So rather than putting all of your resources into dragons right now, wait until the event comes out so that we can see what all of their elements are going to be. We can see what all of the epics and different dragons like that are going to be for the various different events that are going to go on. But, you know, Chrono Erlang Shen looks like some sort of freaky Gundam. I love it. I love it so much. It's like the white armor. It's almost like Big Hero 6. I don't know why that comes to mind, but that's the first thing that I really thought of when I saw it. But he is probably one of my favourite looking Chrono Divines so far. And then in the bottom left we do have Chrono Nezha, because we saw her during the Stronger Together event not too long ago. And then we've just got a changed version of what looks to be the Divine Island Hourglass, because obviously we have this theme, which is like the Chinesey theme instead, rather than the old one, which was the Greek design. But, you know, we're gonna have an upgrade to the Nezha dragon. And, you know, not that many people use the Nezha dragon, so I don't remember what the elements are gonna be for Chrono Nezha. And then, obviously, we're gonna get the upgrades to Erlang Shen, and not a lot of people use the Erlang Shen dragon either, so this is gonna be another good opportunity to bring this dragon into the, I guess, the normal teams that people are going to use. That is assuming that, you know, these dragons aren't impossible to get for most people. Let's just say that. But, you know, just following the same theme with how this works, you know, we got Chrono Aphrodite, which was the breeding dragon, and Chrono Pangu would make sense because Pangu was also the breeding dragon during the Chinese Divine event. So it would make sense that the third divine that we're going to see during this event would be the Chrono Pangu dragon. This isn't confirmed as of right now, but, you know, there was info going around ages ago that it was going to be Chrono Pangu, Chrono Erlang Shen, and Chrono Nezha anyway, and it looks like that is probably very likely. So if anyone was upset that, you know, Pangu wasn't getting the love that he needed, then there's a high chance that within the next few weeks, you're going to be able to get yourself an upgraded version of this very cool looking but very mediocre-esque divine. So that is all the news that we've got for now. I wish I had even more to give you, and I'm going to be really into all of the epics and that, because I love the divine events, I love the divine dragons, but the thing that is better, or I prefer even more, is seeing all of the random epics and that we can get out of the divine chests, because there are a lot of dragons that you can get out of the divine chests and such. And the problem is, of course, it had to start before I go on holiday. God damn it, game, I knew you would do this to me. But for anyone that isn't sure quite how divine events work, I do have the video here of the previous Time Rift Divine event walkthrough, so I'm just going to play this out in the background and, you know, sort of explain what's happening. So last time we started off with some special collection, which meant that if you collected all of the special epics and a legendary and a few other dragons, and you got all of them, then you could unlock a special event reward dragon, which was the root dragon at the time. And that's probably one of the side sort of mini quests that you could do during the previous event, but the root dragon hadn't been available really that much to anyone, so it was a really nice way of bringing back a really old legendary and bringing it back so that people could actually you know, take a look at it. And we got a ton of cool little epics like the Molten Dragon, Hellion Dragon, and all of these dragons were available in the Divine Chests. And the Divine Chests are going to be a major part in all of these Divine events, or they have been. And I doubt they're going to be changing the formula now, because you probably, if you've learned anything about the microtransaction-filled games market, it's that random chests make a lot of money. And there was a main reward dragon during the previous Chrono Divine event, which was for Chrono Aphrodite. She was an exception divine, which meant that her stats were artificially much higher than they should have been regularly for a dragon with her elements. But to get her, you needed to get the Castle event divine, you needed to get a special divine chest divine, and you needed to get a different dragon along with that as well, being the dragon of the month at the time. But it is very, very difficult to get the main reward dragon out of the Divine event if you are a free-to-play player. It is going to be completely luck-based for the most part, because you need to get insanely lucky with the Divine chests that are going to drop. That is, assuming that they do it in the same way, of course. They might not, in which case, if they do change things up, you know, we will go through it, and we will update you with all of the changes that come during this event. But it's been quite soon since the previous Divine event. Like, it hasn't been that much of a break between the two Divine events. So I'm hoping that this is going to have some minor improvements. If it doesn't, then, you know, I guess we'll just deal with it as it comes. But these are the Divine chests, and there's a front event panel screen talking about the event itself. But you can see all these dragons here. We had 2 divines that were available in the Divine chest last time, a legendary, a number of dragons, decorations, food, and gold, and random other rewards like Dragon Fury Essence, and most notably VIP tickets, which are going to be very, very useful. If you do have any VIP tickets, save them up for the Divine event in case we get any special events, because we do tend to get castle events, we do tend to get boss challenge events, we do tend to get any extra mini events, weekend events, things like that, that will get you extra tickets. And again, you're going to hear the word ticket an awful lot, because you need tickets and tickets and tickets. And there was also a solo event called Nature's Grace last time as well, which was quite a good way of getting bonus divine tickets as well. But again, this is all going off of the previous event. They do tend to sort of keep the same event formula whenever they have a similar event in DML, which is why I'm showing you the video for this from last time. But again, take it with a grain of salt and prepare for what may or may not come. But you do have over a week to prepare, and it says it's starting on May 31st. I'm not sure if that means we're going to be getting our first actual event at that time frame, because sometimes what's happened is the Divine event will start on a set date, but then it will take a week before any actual events start. I'm not sure. Maybe it will start immediately, but assume that you have a week to prepare from this very moment, okay? From this very moment, you've got about a week. Ugh. But I have to say, they are very stress-filled because they are very RNG-based, and that can be very annoying at times, but you know, we've grown to accept it at this point. I just hope that if there is a second divine that's offered in the Divine chest, that more people can get a hold of it this time, because I missed out on Poseidon last time, which was disappointing because I missed out on him in the original Divine event. I missed out on him in the Chrono Divine event as well. I was very close, so I'm eager to see which divine is in the chest. We could probably guess based off of, you know, it being Poseidon last time, but I'm gonna leave that up for you to try and guess instead of me. But, you know, apart from that, the mini events that come through in the Divine events are just going to be the sort of regular style events that you're used to, just with a slight change. Like the Nature's Grace event had, I think it was either every 3rd or every 4th round it would repeat the same quests over and over again until you finished the actual event, but the timers would get a little bit longer, and that was basically the only major change. But, you know, look forward to it. I know that I am looking forward to all of these new dragons. I know you probably are as well, and I hope that this gave you a little look into what you should expect from these divine events, roughly, based off of what we have seen in the past. But, you know, that is all of the major news that we have for now. Again, I want to know the elements, I want to know if we've got a special teaser trailer, because last time when we had a special divine event, we had a trailer for it as well, or, you know, some special designed thing. We also had Otto's Lotto special dragon pieces as well. You know how we have them for the cappuccino dragon, so maybe we'll have them now. Basically, it's just offers, dragons here, dragons there, dragons blooming everywhere, is what you should expect from these divine events. But, you know, the basic advice is to never buy divine tickets outright. Try and earn them through the events. If you see a boss challenge event, they are a much cheaper way of getting divine tickets on average. So the boss challenge event, if there is one, is going to be a very, very ticket heavy time, and you should probably... I'll give you more info at the time if the event does come out, but keep that in mind. Keep it in the back of your head, and remember, don't buy the tickets outright. Save them for the boss challenge event, okay? And, you know, this is the divine chest. I guess I'll leave you on opening a couple of divine chests like we did the first time. It's a nice background, nice chest. Maybe they'll change the background up this time to be more Chinesey. But you can see, you get a bunch of items, you get a rare, we got an epic, and we got 2 pieces for the Poseidon dragon as well. So that is just how the chests are. So, for now, thank you very much for joining me. I hope this gave you a good idea of what is going to happen. And until next time, I will see you then.